Yo, what's up everybody? It's Vito, also known as OKFB, and this is my second ever video for this YouTube channel. And today I'm going to show you guys how to make a custom tech deck to make it look more like a fingerboard. Does that really matter or not if you should be using a tech deck? No. I mean, fingerboarding's fingerboarding, so you do whatever makes you happy. I just like to do it because I enjoy painting and playing around with this kind of stuff. Some of you are asking probably, why don't you make your own, or why don't you go buy a wooden deck? I'm in the process of doing it. I'm a college student and I work and I spend a lot of money on school supplies and stuff. Plus I commute to my school, so gas is pretty expensive. So for me, this is a slightly cheaper alternative, and since it's plastic, you can sand it down little by little and have fun with it. So let's just go through these materials real quick. You need a tech deck. This one's already sanded down, so the sanding process is a little bit easier. We got our tuning, and I just spilled all my tuning, but we have tuning and all that. You're gonna need, I use acrylic paints. Oil paints, I feel, have a hard time to dry. Acrylic's cheap, multi-surface, and it sticks to plastic really well. And when you fingerboard, it doesn't really fade away. I actually like take this outside and use it on concrete, so that's why it's fading. And I have a brick that I like to fingerboard on, so that's what really kind of shaves it off. And yeah, and then I have a paint pen and a Sharpie just to do design and whatnot on it. So we'll just get right into sanding. Alright, so now we got this thing sanded and ready to go. It is ugly. Let me see if you guys can see. You can see texture all around it. This was fine sanding paper too, and I guess it was a little too coarse for it, which is no big deal. I mean, we're going to make it work. It's going to be covered with paint anyway. Let me fix this light. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to take a little bit of acrylic paint. I usually do a base coat of white, and then I do my color. However you want to is totally fine. I usually try to keep it to maybe 2 layers, and we're just gonna start going across. It doesn't matter how you paint it, but just remember that when acrylic paint hardens and dries, it will leave a texture. So it's depending on how you want your aesthetic look, or however you want it to be. Just keep that in mind. It will end up creating like a grain look to it. As you can tell, it's, with the lighting, it's kind of bad, but you could still see the raised grooves and whatnot, so it is gonna pick that up, which for me, I don't mind. It doesn't matter. And yeah, it's, like I said, this part becomes all up to you. You don't have to do it any specific way. It's just, I like my grain going lengthwise across board, not widthwise. So now that I feel like we have a pretty solid coat on there, we're gonna we're going to just let that dry, and we're going to come back to it. I'm probably going to leave the whole deck white. I'm not going to use the other acrylic paint. I just showed it as a demo, but I did a coat of white, and then it's called Elephant Gray on there. And as you can see, with a little bit of the fading of the deck, you could see the white underneath. I just did it as kind of like a base coat idea, but yeah, we're definitely going to be sticking with 2 coats of white on this deck. So I'll be back once this is dry, and I'll get the second coat going. Alright, so now the paint's just about dry. It's dry. There's a little shininess to it, so we're going to go through with the second coat, and I'm probably going to do a third since it's the base is just going to be a white deck, so we'll get going on that. Alright, so I just I sped up the paint process, and I did 3 coats. And you can see there's like this little texture to it. I mean, if you don't like that kind of texture, that's up to you. Like I said, it all depends on what you like aesthetically and everything. So, now that we got that done, I'm gonna do a little paint logo. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I think I'm gonna do my signature little graffiti tag thing that I like to do, where it's the word OK, and then we got a little frowny face in the O. So maybe I'm gonna just do the O and see how it comes out. So making sure I got a good amount of paint coming out of the tip. And it's not perfect, but it's cool, you know. Fingerboarding is all about being creative and knowing what you want to do. And there we go. Now I'm gonna go take this to the hair dryer, and I'm gonna dry it off, and then I'm gonna poke the holes through, sand off the sides because there's quite a bit of paint on the sides. Sorry, I'm using a very weird light, but yep, you can see the paint on there. So we're gonna get this dried off and all that, and I'll be back to set it all up. Alright, so now we got that dried. I'm gonna take a toothpick. I mean, you can use your fingerboard tool, but if the paint's not fully dry, toothpick is going to be your best bet. So that way your tool doesn't get all gunked up. You can see we still have a little bit of paint. It's not fully dry yet, but just put it in and just give it a little twirl. Slide out, and I push it back through. So here's the final product, guys. So like I said throughout the video, it's just all about what you want to do. I mean, if you really feel the need to make sure people don't know that you're using a Tech-Tek, ungrip it, throw some foam tape on there, do whatever makes you happy, and do all that. I mean, I don't care about the grip until I buy some foam tape, but this is just something like I enjoy doing. And like I said, fingerboarding is all about creativity and being unique and whatnot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. It's nothing too crazy, but please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think. Do you guys prefer to make it look like you're not using a Tech-Tek because you can't afford a wooden deck, or do you just do it for the fun like I do? So thank you again, guys. See ya.